welcome to TBS. Today's just going to be a little short thing. I want to find out what's going on with Barry. I mean, if you use common sense, he's freaking out and realizing that he's going to go to jail soon. He's going to be arrested soon. And if you remember, I said last time I predicted 6 months from then he was going to be taken up. And I think that's in a month from now that he'll be arrested. His own brother has, and yeah, everyone's turned on him pretty much. The nephew's still silent, and we don't know what's going on with him, with the police. So I want to ask that. But the thing about Barry is that he has so many Christian people around him that he can't really get away with having someone be an out ally. And everyone loves Suzanne so much, he just kind of shot himself in the foot even after he cut his leg off, you know what I mean? So I want to find out what's going on with Barry first, and then we'll see what's going on with the nephew. Okay, 3 wands. So obviously that's a lot of passion. People say the cups and emotion are really connected, but passion is a huge emotion and has to do with anger too. And that's kind of where Barry lives, if you remember the story. If you remember the whole, how it went down of him hurting Suzanne because of his anger and pride. So let's see. He has hope for victory, and he did have a lot more hope than he does now. He's been trying to put everything together in a special nest egg to protect himself and to be able to give things to his daughters when he is gone, quote unquote. Doesn't mean dead, just means like out of, off the street, as they call it on the inside. So Page of Wands. There's been a lot of people telling him a lot of things, what they want him to do. And his relatives, especially the men relatives and Suzanne's men relatives, especially the brother, have been trying to say to him, do the right thing, tell the truth, be the normal Boy Scout guy that you always said you were, and don't tell. And tell. And this is saying that he's had a few ideas about what he'd like to do as far as his defense. Alright. So he's looking back on the past, saying that he had such a good life, and he's trying to think of it that way, like, you know, he did the best he could, and his lawyers are probably helping him a little bit to see that he should just be grateful for what he had, because what's going to happen going forward is bad. But he doesn't know whether to think of telling the truth as a binding or keeping it together underneath the vest as a binding. He used to be able to ask Suzanne what to do when these things happened, but she's gone because he killed her. So he's probably talking to her still all the time. And he obviously has a lot of options, but all of them are nominal. He really, really needs to think of, is he going to plead guilty or not? And this is Colorado too, so keep that in mind. Okay, so he's thinking back on Suzanne and how he was the King of Swords, but the Emperor is the judge who's over him. So pretty much he's not in charge anymore, and he never will be again, probably. He's the Hanged Man. And swiftly will come the news that he'll be arrested. So this is just going ahead and saying what will happen in the next month or so. Let's ask what his position will be in court, what he will say he wants to do with his lawyers. Okay. This is going to say he wants to keep it balanced where he doesn't say if he did it or not. And that he's going to defend himself. That he's going to not say anything in his defense. That his lawyers are going to speak for him. And they're going to use love as the main thing of how much you love Suzanne and things like that. So obviously it's going to be a very banal milquetoast type of argument trying to keep him out of jail. So that isn't very good, but for whatever reason he and his lawyers have decided that keeping a middle ground is the best way. And who knows, I mean, Colorado is so different, just like Texas is, with the way they see the law, that it's just important that we realize we don't understand that maybe this is the best defense for him, but it doesn't seem like it to us. Like, I'm in Kentucky, so that's like Midwest and South combined, which is really, I guess, kind of like the heart or tradition of just regular run-of-the-mill, the way the court is run. So we would probably think of this as, here where I live, we would think of this as not trying. But we don't know what it's like there. Let's do 2 more things to ask. Okay, the daughters still love him and are telling him that they don't want to be in public and they don't want any relatives to get mad at them. And someone is going to be helping him with money. That's his mother or something like that, or her mother. I forget. One of the moms is dead, but I think this is his mom giving him money. So it isn't a lot of information, but it's better than we had. I just want everyone to be prepared for the little steps going forward of what's going to happen with Barry, because all of us really care. If you're watching this, probably you really care about Suzanne and you want to see her found, you want to see her buried correctly, and you want the truth to come out. But we already know the truth, which is he killed her in anger, and either he or the nephew buried her in Indiana. So it's just weird. Now, if you remember, I said that I don't know how much it's going to be, how right I am about they took her down the river and took her to Indiana, or if they buried her somewhere in the mountains or something like that. It's just that I'd say, like, I'm 85% sure they took her to Indiana, but a lot of people have been saying that that's something else. As far as I'm concerned, the hardest thing for readers to do is to find out where bodies are. Usually psychics do that a lot better than we do. I don't really know why, but it's just the way it is. I did the best I could, and I'll probably do another reading before the trial, just so we can maybe get another answer, or say that answer is correct. I've done many readings on this case, as you know, and it's just something I really care about because she's so good, and she's at peace. She doesn't really mind, but he cares because it's his life, and he screwed up. He normally wouldn't have done something like this. It's just that he was a total idiot during that time, and he drank too much over his lifetime. He was too angry. He was too prideful and selfish. He didn't get himself in control, and this is what happened. And men need to realize their anger can really hurt them. It can change their whole life structure, and it can change their trajectory of where they're going to go in their life. And many, many men in prison are there because of anger. Okay, let's ask about the... Oh, come on. Let's ask about the nephew. Well, can't get away from it anyway. Okay, whatever. Alright. So, this is saying... I didn't get this feeling before, but this card says that the nephew is out to protect his own, and he's very rational and cares about money and self-preservation and loyalty to his family. He may be gay, I'm not sure, but he doesn't seem to have a significant other at this point. He has lots of, just like Barry, he has tons of things going on. As far as how he can get in or out of this. And this high priestess thing, it has to be a woman in his life that's not Suzanne, although he seemed to really be asking, he asked her for advice in life. I don't know if he believes enough in the afterlife and supernatural to be talking to her still. We'll ask if this is her helping her or some other person. Her helping him or some other person. And this is saying that he really did care about Barry as a person and wants to protect him. He's been working hard to figure out what to do to protect them. And he wants to tell his version of the truth and have a preemptive strike. But right now, obviously, he's in hiding. He's being the hermit, really scared of what's going to happen to him. Feels like it's really close to the wire where bad things are going to happen, which he's correct. And justice will come down on him. He's caring really about his family and the money of his family. He has younger men talking to him that he's advising still. He's always been able to be the magician before and change into what he needs to be, but this time he knows that justice is more powerful than he is. Just like Barry is the King of Cups saying that he loves Suzanne, the nephew is saying that he loves Suzanne also. Once again, this is telling me that they used a boat to put her body down the river and picked her up so that they could take her out without her getting on any cameras or any neighbors looking at her or them taking her out to Barry. But this is very telling also because it's saying that he wants to get away from this and he may want to tell the truth and he's thinking about it a lot, but it's not really on the surface yet and he's confused, obviously. Okay. The police are saying, and Barry's mom is saying, if you tell the truth and change, we'll use you as the information needed and you don't have to go to jail. That's something important to know. He's probably going to have a plea deal thing he can do, which is something that Barry can't. They know Barry won't cooperate as much as this person does because he doesn't have as much on the line. Once again, the judge. And 2 of coins and 8 of wands. So yeah, so all this information's coming at him. What is he going to do? Queen of all these cups. Same cards. So annoying. So the things he's working on have to do with how Suzanne and the women in his life are kind of viewing him. He's actually thinking of that as a reality. And that, does he want to be a Boy Scout? Does he have hope for the future? and he's thinking of his youth, like how much life he has left. Does he want to tell or not? How strong is he? How much willpower does he have? He's always been kind of a middle of the road strength type guy, but now he has a chance to choose strength, medium, or weak, and it's hard to decide when it comes to the judge looking at you and asking which one are you. This is saying that he will be the person that changes the trial. He's the one that will be in charge of how Barry will be viewed. This is showing that he had part of the information and he was helping Barry to decide what to do with the body. That Barry's money is kind of his money because of the family, and that their mother is really in charge of them, or that Barry's mom is really the matriarch and telling them what to do. He's afraid of judgment, but he knows it's coming. And same thing here is that yeah, okay, so he's being forced into poverty at this point, and he's not going to be able to get a job. So what's going to happen is he's going to be forced into telling, and Barry will understand, because there's no way that he can survive and have a regular life ever again unless he tells. And he's going to use the truth to cut through the fog, and he's going to be the messenger. Now, is he going to tell the real truth? Barry. This says yeah. He will, because he's afraid. He doesn't want to go to jail. So this is the reading for right now with the husband and the nephew of Suzanne. I really, really hope all of you are having a good day. I wanted to keep this brief just to keep everyone involved in the case and say what's going on. I wanted to let you all know that I'm going to start doing readings where if you want a reading, you don't have to talk to me or have a video. All you have to do is pay, and then I will do a video for you like this, just like I'm doing here, where you ask a question or something and I give you a whole entire reading based on cards only, and you get a video and I send you the video. So I think that'll be fun. I've never done it before that way, but I know that it'll be good for people to be able to keep it always. And remember, a lot of times when I read in person, people want to record, which is fine with me. And so it's cool that I should have probably thought of it before, but I'm comfortable enough with doing this that I think it will be all right. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you later.